This is a test of the City of Palaca audio system.
Recording in progress.
Have a call. To Commissioners Tammy McCaskill, Will Jones, Rufus Borum, and Justin R. Campbell, you're hereby notified that the special called meeting of the Palaca City Commission has been called to be held Friday, January 21st, 2020 at Palaca City Hall, 201 North 2nd Street, Palaca, Florida, 32177. The meeting is open to the public. The meeting is called to commence at 9 a.m. The agenda includes but may not be limited to the acquisition of garbage trucks and amending the 2021 fiscal year budget accordingly. Please govern yourselves accordingly. At this time, we're going to move into our roll call.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Commissioner Tammy McCaskill.
Here.
Commissioner Will Jones.
Here.
Commissioner Justin Campbell,
Present.
Commissioner Rufus Borum,
Present.
and Mayor Terrell Hill.
Here.
We have a quorum here within the chambers, Mayor.
Thank you. All members are present and accounted for. At this time, we'll open the floor for public comments. Public comments be limited to 2 minutes. All action, 3 minutes. No action will be taken on topics of discussion. Is anyone here for public comment? 386-329-0100, extension 0. Seeing no one here for public comment, we'll close public comment. We'll move right into our regular business. Adopt resolution number 2022 R16, authorizing purchase of a 2022 Mack front load garbage truck from Nextran Truck Center in the amount of $271,404.13 per Sheriff's Association bid FSA 20-VEH 18.0 specifications number 15 and discussions for the purposes. Mr. Griffith, before we get to the resolution, go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. First thing, Commissioners, thank you for agreeing to meet on such late notice to address this emergency item. I believe you're all aware earlier this week, Unit 73 caught on fire during operation and suffered irreparable damage. We are currently operating the commercial route on one garbage truck right now. That is not sustainable. Unit 73 was scheduled for replacement in the upcoming year. Mr. Chandler was already in coordination with Kenneth Cox from Nextran Truck Centers and had a proposal in place. This just kind of advanced those discussions. We have been in conversations with Kenneth Cox. The typical order would take 12 to 14 months. They do have a demo vehicle that was actually scheduled for a show in Perry, Georgia. It's in Perry, Georgia right now. Spoke to Mr. Cox this morning. He's trying to work with the AMREP dealer, if you approve this, to get that truck sent down by Monday so that we could put it into the fleet and use it and save the additional $7,500 in rental costs that we would incur to get a second truck from a rental company. In talking with Ms. Shank, we have been leading up to what we hope to present to you was a pay-as-you-go sanitation fleet schedule. And these two commercial trucks were going to be the first of the fleet that we were going to try and do that with. You have been putting away some money on an annual basis into the capital outlay line. We had approximately $195,000 in there this year, with an additional $25,000 that was set aside for the superintendent's truck. We're proposing to use those funds along with some additional carry forward funds, which Ms. Shank can detail, and some of your reserve balance to pay for this truck outright. Based upon where we end the year and where we have reserves next year, we'd be coming back to you in the next couple of months to go ahead and authorize the purchase of the second truck, which wouldn't arrive until the next fiscal year. And then next fiscal year, you could make the decision if you wanted to pursue the debt service, which we have traditionally done, or go ahead and just pay outright for it. In running the calculations, I would like to commend Mr. Chandler and Mr. Ladd. Right now, the sanitation fund is on trend, even with the personnel issues that they've been facing. So right now, there's no issues there. We haven't been dipping into reserves or overexpending in any lines. But if you pay for this truck outright, we've calculated that your reserve balance would be at 18% for the year, which is above where it needs to be.
Above the recommendation.
Yes, sir. Yes, we have filed a claim. We did reach out to Mr. John Lagon with League, and they have expedited that claim, and we're waiting on an adjuster to come to the yard to assess the vehicle.
And Mr. West.
He was in City Hall, I think, yesterday. Yeah, seemed to be in good spirits. I think he's having some minor medical issues, but he's up and walking around, and we're just glad he's okay.
Yeah. So if anybody, for the rest of the commission, if you get an opportunity to reach out to him, life-threatening situation at best. He was able, he's a blessing that he was able to jump out of the truck. And so, he was bumped up from that. Mr. Ladd and Mr. Chandler have been checking on him. And as a matter of fact, Mr. Chandler looks like he's in here on his day off. So, but he's doing better. But it's always good to uplift the spirits as well. So we've had some very serious close calls over the last few weeks in public works. So we want to make sure that we just continue to support the staff as they make their recoveries. Mr. Ladd, you got anything else you want to add?
I know we want to thank you guys for taking the time to do this too this morning. Again, we are concerned how Elijah is doing. Elijah, he was here yesterday too. Seemed like he's in good spirits. Anything you got, Ed?
No, I'd like to just echo the same comments. Hope everybody's doing fine. Thank y'all for taking the time out to try to address this issue. Thank you so much.
If I may too, just a side note, I did talk to Ian Roberts, the other employee that was actually injured. He will be back to work, fully released from medical Monday.
Okay.
Monday?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He'll be here Monday morning.
That's a miracle in itself. And just so you know, Mr. Ladd, if we close our eyes, we would have thought John Yule was talking for a little bit.
I'm sorry.
So any other comments or questions from the commission before we go to the resolution? I'll go in order. Commissioner McCaskill.
None at this time, but I actually want to thank you guys for all the hard work that you are doing down at Public Works, and just thank you for everything. And I'm glad that Ed, that you're here and in this meeting, although it is your day off. And that's it. Nothing more.
Commissioner Jones.
No comment, Mayor.
All right. Mr. Campbell. Commissioner Borum.
Yeah, I share the same sentiment as Commissioner McCaskill, and just thank God covering our public works employees during those times of emergency. So I just want to, continue to extend prayers to those guys and making sure they have a full recovery. And thank staff for acting really, really quick to help continue business as it relates to replacing the trucks and different things of that nature. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Ms. Krantz, you read the resolution for me? The heading, caption.
My mic. A resolution authorizing the purchase of a 2022 Mack front load garbage truck from Next Trend Truck Centers in the amount of $271,404.13 per Florida Sheriff's Association bid FSA 20 VEH 18.0 specification number 15K, providing for scrivener's errors, providing for an effective date.
So move.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor and a second by Commissioner McCaskill. For public hearings, anyone here for public hearing? Seeing no one, will close public hearing. Is there any further discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Moving on to our discussion for the purchase of the second truck and the authorization.
Yes, Mayor, we put that on the agenda, but we don't yet have the buyer's order. So Kenneth Cox is working on that. We'll bring it to you at your February meeting.
And just so that we have it, is the pleasure of the commission for us to bring back a resolution for the purchase of the second truck through the use of the funds that we've allocated and put in whatever combinations necessary for us to be able to move forward with that, considering the amount of time that it's going to take to receive that vehicle. We're talking at least 16 months.
You're looking
Looks
at
like
March of next year, best case scenario.
So is that the pleasure of the commission at this time? Commissioners Jones and McCaskill?
To bring it back before us.
To bring it back before us with the resolution authorizing the purchase to use the combination of the funds already reserved. And do we want to just go ahead and pay for it outright? It seems to be the most logical thing at this point. We've got roughly 75% of the funds already set aside in some capacity.
Okay.
Well, 2/3, I'll say.
2/3. Okay.
And so, Commissioner Jones, you okay with that?
I have a question that I probably missed. On the damaged truck, insurance should cover the new truck.
We're hoping. I think the hope, based upon what I'm understanding, is that the insurance will either cover all of the purchase or most of the purchase of the new truck. And so if you remember, the new truck was one that we were actually looking to kind of rotate out of the cycle at some point in the near future.
It was,
Payment on the claim will have a substantial.
I didn't hear that. I couldn't
So
hear
you
it.
could, if you get a full payment, you'll be a little over 240,000. The truck runs 271,000. So it almost paid for itself.
Okay. All right. Thank you. But yes, I'm okay with bringing it back for the purchase of the second truck.
Commissioners Campbell and Borum.
Yes, I mean, based on the combination of funds that will be available, I think that makes good business sense.
And then we'll get prior to the resolution, we'll get a full explanation of what's been discovered at that point and what the total costs are. Okay. And when we bring that back, can we also just bring the entire plan, like the long-term plan on how we're going to replace all the inventory and what we're looking at is on the funding mechanism on a regular
we
basis?
can do a
And I guess,
presentation of the CIP. For the same.
right. I think that'll be it's a good time to bring that together so that everybody has it.
What did Jonathan just say? I'm sorry.
He said we'll bring the entire CIP back
Okay.
so that the commission will have that and have it in a written format.
Yes, sir.
It's already there, but to go over it again, review it for this piece. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Holmes?
No.
Anything for the commission? That covers this. If there's nothing else, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I second.
This quickest meeting we've had in 24 months. We're adjourned.